It was late October. I was miles off the main highway, enjoying the quiet. I never believed in towns that didn't exist. My GPS died, and then I saw the sign, "Welcome to Ashmont, population 412. I needed gas, even though something felt wrong. The town looked frozen in the 1950s. The streets were perfectly maintained, but there was no one. Not a single car, not a single person. The old gas pumps were dead. My tank was nearly empty. I knew I couldn't make it to the next town on fumes. That's when I met Henry. He was motionless behind the counter, staring. His smile, when it came, was too slow and stretched too wide. "The pumps don't work after 6, he said. I had to stay. I checked into the Ashmont Inn, against every instinct I had. Mrs. Patterson was waiting for me. She gave me the key without asking for my name and told me, "Don't leave your room after dark." Room 7 was clean but outdated. The phone was dead. My cell had no signal. I was completely cut off, completely alone. But at 2:47 a.m., I woke up. Voices. They were singing a melody I didn't recognize, coming from the street outside. I looked out. All 412 of them, standing in rows, facing the motel, dressed alike, singing in unnatural unison. They were all looking directly at my window. My heart hammered. I dropped the curtain, unable to breathe. Then the singing stopped. I heard footsteps, then a slow turn of the doorknob. I shoved the dresser against the door and waited. The moment the sun rose, I ran. I watched Ashmont disappear in the rearview mirror, finally picking up my GPS signal 10 miles down the road. But 3 months later, a photo arrived. Me, asleep in room 7, and in the dark corner, barely visible, Mrs. Patterson. Written on the back, "We're waiting for you, 413. I'm seeing that number everywhere now. I think they are calling me back. For 3 years, I thought I knew every inch of my small apartment. It was nothing special, just a cheap, standard rental. But while moving a bookshelf, I noticed a seam, a perfect rectangle hidden beneath layers of old wallpaper and cheap paint. Curiosity is a cruel thing. Over the next few days, I worked on it until I found a small, rusted latch buried deep inside the wood. When I finally forced it open, I expected dust, darkness. Instead, there was a hallway, perfectly clean, lit by an unnatural fluorescent glow. It was lined with the exact same beige wallpaper as my apartment, but the light was too white, and the hallway stretched impossibly far, like a mistake. I took a few steps inside. It was silent, save for the low hum of the ceiling lights. The air felt dead, sterile. That's when I realized the pattern on the wallpaper was wrong. It didn't repeat correctly. It just extended. It defied logic. I pulled out my phone. No signal, of course. Panic started to set in. I was deep inside a space that shouldn't exist. I ran back to the entrance, but where my apartment door should have been, there was only the seamless, unbroken continuation of the beige wall. I was trapped, surrounded by this endless, monotonous tunnel, with nowhere to sit, nowhere to hide, just the constant, sickly white light. But then I saw something, a small, dark patch on the wall, like a stain, a tiny break in the perfect, impossible geometry of the space. I reached out. It wasn't dust. It was wet, a black, viscous residue that stained my skin. Something else lived here, something that bled. I took off running. The light started to flicker violently, casting sharp, distorted shadows around me. The silence was breaking. By some miracle, I found the panel again. I scrambled to force the heavy wood back into the wall, sealing the horror away. I pushed the bookshelf back and promised myself I would never touch that wall again. But sometimes, in the dark, I see the faint, sickly glow seeping out.